Hello, Paul here from EMD Automotive at Canberra, Sydney. I've got this Audi A5 Quattro that we were doing the actual engine mount and the EGR cooler. Everything's all done, went for a road test. We double check everything on top. Everything's done, no oil leaks, no coolant leaks. Everything is pretty much back to normal. But there's a reason why we wanted the car to stay overnight, because we want to put it back on the hoist and put it up. Easily put the car up on the hoist here, put the car up in the air and leave it there until the next day, and we're going to double check the actual, if there are any drops from the valleys or any coolant leak that's going to come from here. It's going to go to the back part of the actual engine, and it will drip down to the actual floor. So that's the test that I usually do. Leave it overnight on the hoist, double check in the morning if there's no drop from the top, and I usually mark it. So I marked it this morning. That's when we filled up yesterday. So now it's dropped down here. It's normal. Usually we always drop down to the actual, I usually put it there, and when it does drop down, it's on the max. See? So now we know it's on the max level. So tomorrow morning, if it doesn't drop down again, that means it's perfect. So, but they do drop after a while. All right. When it's cold, it does drop down a little bit, especially when everything was open from the cooling system. Anyway. Alright, if you're wondering what's the yellow marks there, that means that we torqued up those stuff and everything's tight and torqued up to the manufacturer specs, alright, on the Audi. So yes, so everything's done. So now, today I'm gonna, before I go home, this afternoon, it's just really hot. Now it's cooler now, I can put my hand on it. So now I'm gonna take this off and we're gonna put the actual EGR cleaner in there, and then I can finish clean the EGR, and that's the last thing to do. But just want to show you some few things that, some reason why it's really good to do this kind of job. While things are apart, there's an extra work you've got to do to this. So I'll show you guys what I mean. Okay, so you can see this is another video on YouTube. Usually what I do, even if I know the problem is the actual engine mount, we still need to remove the engine mount out and have a look ourselves to make sure it is cracked. 90% of the time it's the actual engine mount, but I don't like to actually guess. I need to look at it, physically look at the actual engine mount and test it. So we took the engine mount out, which is pretty much a big job to do. So I'll show you what I mean by big job. See, we had to actually drop the cradle down from here, drop the cradle down, support it down here on the little trolley underneath. The cradle sits on the little trolley. We took the bolts out from here and here, and the bottom shaft. We took the actual drive shaft out as well, because that cradle is going to come down and then you don't want the drive shaft to come apart. Alright, so take that off and take the brake calipers off, all those stuff. As you can see, the brake calipers there is off as well from here. So let me pause it there. That's what I mean. See, we had to support the engine. That's the new one we put in. That's another new one. See how everything's apart? The whole front cradle had to be removed. And now look at the actual engine mount. Pretty toned. The left hand side and the right hand side, they're both toned. So when you start the car up in the morning, or anytime you want to start the car up, it just vibrates pretty badly. Alright, so what we used to do is take it out, look at it, and then order the parts. We don't just order parts without looking at things. I find that better than actually ordering and guessing. I don't like guessing as well. I like to look at it, confirm, then order the parts. Sometimes the parts can take 3-4 days to come, but that's just how it is. The Audi, I think they had the left hand side, they didn't have the right hand side, but it doesn't matter. So once we get the part, we have to assemble it. So now I want to go back to the extra stuff we have to do to this car here, when the EGR cooler is out. Alright, look at that stuff there. Look at this, is the soot level. This is the soot and dirt that's stuck to the actual intake manifold. If I give you a picture like that, you won't even know that's an intake manifold for an Audi. It just looks like a really, really dirty part somewhere. But anyway, let's play the video so I can show you what I mean. That was really bad. Look at that. Look at that. That is really, really bad as well. Spent a long time spent a lot of time, to actually get this proper. Look at how dirty that is. Alright. New gasket have to be replaced. We have to use intake decarb as well to clean it properly, because it's like you can't even clean it. You can sit there with a screwdriver and try to clean it, it doesn't come off. So we have to support the engine on top. The book says a lot of, whatever time the book says, they don't say what we do here at EMD, because we clean everything here. Take the intake manifold out and clean it properly, which requires time as well. Okay, now let's go back to the actual intake manifold when it's clean. Alright, this is the intake manifold when it's clean. I'll blow up that one there. Probably much easier. Have a look at this. Look how clean that is. Look how clean that thing is. Look how clean the intake there. On the corner there. I'll play the video. Alright. See how clean that is? That's a new EGR cooler fitted. Just look at that. Alright. A new engine mount. I just pointed the new engine mount. Look how clean that part is. Alright. Look how clean that part is compared to the one before. Before was really dirty. So then we've got new gaskets as well. Same here. Look at that. Really, really dirty. Now look how clean it is. Look at this pipe here. Before you can't even recognize it. Alright, that's why it takes a long time to do this, because we need to clean things up. We don't just remove everything and then just dump everything in there and hope for the best. You know, we just, certain things you got to do when things are apart. You know. So yeah. So now, if you look at it now, that's like you have seen how clean it is compared to before. Okay, let's go back to the car. Put the light on. Alright, now everything's back together now, so now I'm going to get the keys. Alright, let's have a look at these car keys. Start the car up. Now there's no more rattles and noise and vibration from the engine. You know, before the whole thing was shaking. Pretty much like this. Alright, really, really bad. So now it's back to normal. Engine lights off. Everything is off. Alright. That's the reason why I like to actually keep the car overnight to double check everything. The levels, put the scan tool on it, double rescan the car again, just in case another fault pops up from the wire not disconnected or wires just come off. Things can come apart on a big job like this, so we need to check it properly. I don't like customers to rush my work. Even if I quote you, say 2 days work, 2 days means just doing the work. Sometimes I take longer to actually test it to make sure it's perfect. So I don't like customers to come here and rush me to actually say to me that I need my car tomorrow and I haven't even done my quality check. Quality check is very important when a big job is finished. Just same when I was working at Porsche. I used to quality check all the mechanics work or the technicians, make sure everything's perfect, double check the levels, tire pressures, everything is done properly. Alright, so yeah, so we're here today. So now the only thing I want to do now is take that off and then put the actual cleaner in there and then clean the DPF filter. And then actually run the car, take it for a long road test again, one more time. And that's pretty much call the customer to come pick it up. It's better for the car to be perfect when the customer picks it up than actually a car that's only 70% done and then the customer's not happy at the end with my work. So anyway, it's really hard to please everybody when it comes to time, because like sometimes I know it's very important, but I need the car to be checked properly. I know the customer needs their car, but the car has to be checked properly, 100% checked properly, and I have to be happy with my work before I give him the keys. Alright, that's the motto, that's my motto for my workshop, and that's pretty much what I want for every single job that I do. Alright, thanks for watching and please subscribe.